Hey, what's up guys, my name is Anshul and today in this video let us take a look at this iOS 18.1 update, because this is one update that we had been waiting from for a long time, at least in some of the regions where this update is available as of right now. And here we have it, a lot of AI features that are finally available on iOS 18.1 update, but a few of them are still pending for the iOS 18.2 that will be released by the end of this year, maybe in December or so. But I think so that most of the features that are available in this iOS 18.1 are the ones that does make a lot of sense rather than the ones that are left behind, like the gen emoji feature, or maybe the ability to be able to connect to the chat GPT platform using this thing, or also maybe this image playground feature that might be something that Apple really wants to make it a big deal, but it is not really one of the big deals. And I think so that whatsoever is delivered in this iOS 18.1 update is basically what I was looking for. So let us take a look into this video and see that what the fuss is all about and what are the new additions to this iOS 18.1 update, and whether you should upgrade to this very specific software or wait for the iOS 18.2 update or no. So without wasting any time, let us take a look at the number one feature that I want to mention over here in this video, and that is this all new call recording feature that is finally available on this iOS 18.1 update. And basically this is one feature that I was most excited about, because this is one feature that I use all the times on my Android smartphone as well, and finally this thing is there on this iPhone as well. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to record the calls that you want to, and the way that it works is that whenever you are taking a call, you will see this icon on the top of this iPhone screen, as you can see in this video over here on the top left corner of this iPhone. And once you tap onto this option, it will say a prompt in about 3 seconds, and once those 3 seconds are elapsed, you and the other person on the call will be able to hear that the call is being recorded. It is like giving a consent to the other person that the call is being recorded, and that is exactly that what I like about Apple, that you are doing something and it is by the consent of the other person as well. So yes, I think this is one of the greatest things. And once the other person hears the same thing as what you do, you will see that there is a small waveform that will be on the top of the call to know that yes, the call is being recorded at the same time. And once you end the call, it will display a pop-up that says that view the recorded call, and that is where you will see that it will take you to the notes application on your iPhone, and that is basically where you will be able to find all the calls that have been recorded in the past as well. So yes, I think so that it is a great addition to the notes application. And one great thing about this thing as well is that once you see the recorded call into the notes application, you would also be able to transcribe the call. And also if you just want to get a summary of the entire call that is between you and the other person, you would be able to summarize the entire call in the notes application as well. And also it has got a bit of space so that you can just write your own notes into the call application, just so that you remember the next time that whenever you are in the call, that what the call was all about. Or if you just want to add some other details to this notes application into the specific recording, you can do as well, just like adding some kind of phone number or an email to the exact same note that you have just recorded. So the possibilities are just a lot. And again, I just love the implementation of this call recording feature, and that is why that I just wanted to mention this feature in the very first place on this iOS 18.1 update list in this video. Now the second thing that is quite obvious, and that is something that was available in the beta form of this iOS 18.1 as well, is the all new writing tools on the iOS 18.1 update. And again, this is one feature that is very useful as well, specifically for someone like me who writes a lot of content on the notes application, or maybe sometimes I'm taking a note while having a meeting with one of my clients, or maybe I just want to write a script just like this one over here into my notes application, and I just want to make some changes to do some kind of proofreading, or maybe just change the way that I'm writing the script over here in my notes application. For example, I can just change the entire tone to be a bit more friendly one for the entire script, or maybe I just want it to be a bit more professional one, or maybe I just want to summarize the entire video, or just make some kind of bullet points or graphs. That is all that is again basically available on this iOS 18.1 update. And all you need to do is that you need to look for this icon on your keyboard that shows you this icon as you can see in this video, and that is basically the entire menu of the writing tools where you can do certain things like the proofreading, the rewriting and everything. And one thing that I liked about this thing is that, for example, that I am doing a proofreading on the context that I have already written. Now what it does is that it scans to the entire thing that you are doing a proofreading or rewriting of in this great looking scanning animation, and again it will give you the changes that you just want to proofread. You can go line by line and you can also see the original context as well. And the same thing with the rewriting tool, once it rewrites the entire thing, you will be having an option to go to the original context at the very same time. So yes, I love the implementation of this tool over here as well. But again, one thing is that sometimes it just crashes the application when I'm doing the proofreading or maybe I'm doing the rewrite of the thing. And I just think so that it will take some time for Apple to just perfect this very feature. But I think so that it works better than what we have on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra or the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6, because I keep on saying and I keep on repeating that this is one of the best features that I like about the Samsung smartphone, especially the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, because we can do the very same thing with the help of the pen on that smartphone. But I think so that the implementation on this thing is the one that is better than those smartphones, and that is again something to say about this implementation on this iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now there is another feature that I was particularly excited about on this iOS 18.1 update. It was the email summary feature, and this is something that I have not seen on the other smartphones that are there in the market, just like the Pixel 9 Pro and the 9 Pro XL and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. And this is one feature that is available on this iOS 18.1 update, and I think so that this is one of the most useful feature, because you do not have to read each and every email and you will just get a summary of the emails into the mail application. For sure it is not a lot of context, but whatever it can fit in the 2 lines it will be able to do so. And again it just makes us things a bit more easier on this iOS 18.1 update. But one another thing that I just liked about this new updates on this email application is the smart reply, and this is basically, as it says, it allows you to create a smart reply to the emails that are already there in your inbox. All you need to do is that you need to hit on the email and hit on the reply option in the email, whatsoever email that you are replying to, and you will see that under the predictive text box that you see on the keyboard, you will have some of the predictions with this cool colorful animation that is, I think, fade in and fade out animation that you will see on the keyboard. And you will know that these are the suggestions that are being given by the Apple Intelligence feature. And then you can just see that it will be able to show you, I think, 1 or 2 words that what it wants to reply or what it used as the context to be able to reply to the email. And once you click on these suggestions that you see on the keyboard, you will see that it will take about a second or maybe 3 to 4 seconds to be able to create the complete email that you can basically use to be able to reply to the exact email that you are trying to reply to. And I think so that the results are pretty accurate, and it just gives you the right context as well, that what should be the reply that should be going to the particular email. So yes, I think so it is a win and win situation for Apple, because I have not seen a particular feature that is similar to this one in any other smartphone that we have got in the market, especially the Google smartphones that are the base reference of the AI smartphones that we have got in this market in this day and time. So yes, one useful feature is this one, the smart reply option on this email application. But one another thing also that I just noticed is that sometimes when you have a notification or an email that is the one that should be on the higher priority, this is one thing that you will be able to see in the email application as well. But one another feature that I want to talk about in this video, that is again particularly something that I think so that was much needed on the iPhones from the longest time, and that is the summarize notification feature and the reduced interruption feature on this Apple Intelligence things on the latest iPhones. And how it works is that it helps you to condense the information that is most important to you. The notifications are summarized so that you can scan them for the key details. And also, for example, you have a group chat that is particularly active, that will be the one that would be shown on the top of the notifications. But also the notifications that are the similar ones from maybe say the Gmail application or maybe from Amazon, they will be stacked up in the same tile as what you see in the notifications on this iOS 18.1 update, to make sure that this notification center is a bit more cleaner than what we had on the iOS 18, the base one, without any sort of AI feature. But also this reduce interruptions focus mode on this iOS 18.1 update, it will show you only those notifications that are the ones that are the prioritized ones, and the other ones they will just be muted. And again, something that just changes the way that you use your iPhone and in a very better way. Now the next feature that is something that I saw accidentally on the Safari application was that once you are into the reader mode on a Safari application, you would be able to summarize the entire web page. And again, I just found out that this was not one of the most useful features because the summary is just like a heading rather than giving you the bullet points of what the entire article is trying to tell you. So something that is available but not in the best possible way, or maybe it will just get improved in the iOS 18.2 update, but something that yet again is there on this iPhone. Now one another thing that is new on these iPhones is the updated photos application on this iPhone. And basically now what it does is that it uses the natural language model to search different things on the photos application. For example, if I want to search something like the Samsung Galaxy S23 on my photos application, I can just use the search bar to be able to search the very same thing, and if it sees that there is an image that has Samsung written into it, it will show you the results for the very same thing. But I found out that it is not the best thing because most of the times the results are not accurate. But maybe let us say the image does has the exact same content or maybe something similar, it will show up. For example, when I type Samsung, it does show up everywhere where it is Samsung written on maybe the back of the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, or maybe if there is a banner that says Samsung, it will show up. Rather than specifically if I want to search something like the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 specifically, it will just not come into the results, or if it will just try to show all the images with a smartphone rather than picking up on the very specific thing that I just want to be able to search in my library. I think so that the implementation that we saw with the Google Pixel 9 series with this pixel screenshot feature was something that was a better one, and I just wanted Google to implement the very same thing into the Photos application as well. But the idea is the same, to be able to create the metadata from the images that are already available, and the same metadata can be used for the search results to make the search results a bit more accurate. So maybe if this feature had some kind of metadata that was attached to the image, or maybe if this natural language model was able to create some sort of metadata, it would be easy for this software to be able to detect that what is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6, rather than giving me the suggestions that sometimes are the ones that are the better ones, or maybe sometimes the ones that are not the better ones. But it is not the best thing and not the best implementation that I just saw in any sort of the photos application that is available. Now another thing that a lot of people might be excited about is this Siri thing, but I can say that this is not the best feature of this iOS 18.1 update because Siri is still dumb, and even though that it can go into your conversations like your iMessages and may be able to relate a few things, it is still dumb. And most of the times when I'm trying to do something and when I call Siri to do a specific task, maybe looking for a specific image that I sent to someone in my iMessage gallery, or maybe asking Siri to send a message to someone, most of the times it will just mess up, and it is just not the experience that you would just want to have from an AI assistant. And that is again in this year 2024. Come on Apple, you can do better. At least if not as good as what the Google smartphones are able to do, you can do at least something that is as good as what this chat GPT thing is able to do, in my opinion. So yet again, one feature that is available, and it might have been better and more useful, but not in this case, at least as of this iOS 18.1 update. And now the last thing that I wanted to briefly mention in this video is this cleanup tool, and that is again something that is new for the Apple devices for this year. But this is not something that is new to us. I think so that Google introduced this feature with the Google Pixel 6 series, or maybe the Google Pixel 7 series, and that was called as a magic eraser tool. And that is exactly what this cleanup tool is. It allows you to edit the images and remove the things in the background, but just like what you can do on the Google Pixel 9 series, you would not be able to reimagine the scenes, and you would not be able to add some of the objects to the same scene. So yes, something that is available as a very regular cleanup tool rather than being a magic editor or something as what we see on the Google Pixel devices. But yet again, I think so that it is a simpler tool, and something that is in some of the cases it works better than what we see on the Google Pixel devices. So yes, a win-win for Apple, but again it would have been better if we could use something like a reimagine as feature in this Apple iPhone 16 series as well. But yet again, I think so that it does do the job and it does better than most of the devices that are available in the market, like the Samsung smartphones. And I'm happy to have this cleanup tool on this all new iPhone 16 series over here. And I was just about to say this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, because yes, I think so that is the main reference device that just brought this AI revolution to the smartphones, and that is something to be applauded. But well, with that said, that was all that I wanted to discuss about all the new AI features on this iOS 18.1 update. As I said before, it is not the complete set of features, because the features like the Gen emoji feature and the image playground feature are the ones that are yet to be available on this device, and also the integration of ChatGPT is still not there on this latest iPhones. And well, those were all the features. And one thing that I want to mention in the last is that even though that this iOS 18.1 update, it does not have all the AI features as what we were expecting, and a lot of them are coming on this iOS 18.2 update, I would still suggest to upgrade to this version of iOS, because it does fix a lot of things that were broken on the iOS 18 and the iOS 18.0.1, and I do not see any kind of flickering in the display. And also the issue with the network drop is something that is fixed for me on this iOS 18.1 update. So yes, if the question was that should you upgrade to this version, then the answer is yes, you should be upgrading to the latest and greatest that what you have from the Apple, and that is iOS 18.1 as of filming this video. And well, with that said, that was all that I wanted to share in this video. My name is Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.